you have a showroom. In that your showroom now, a customer that you know that if you get this person is going to be giving you big money and big jobs. You can say the person wine, just keep whining, just have a fridge, keep wine in your fridge. When the person comes, the person will know that.
And then she gets people that she shares with. That she may buy a whole bag of sweet potato and share it with people. She buy large quantities of tomato and share, buy onions and share. Now, she's solving a problem and she has created a business for herself. It's not that I can't go to the market, but when you compare the price, we did a price comparison. We discovered that it was quite cheaper than the markets around us. So if you are able to solve a problem, you start a business. So for an entrepreneur, if you lack the ability to see a problem and prefer solution, you won't last in the market.
Another way as you can solve problems as an entrepreneur is diversifying. Not like going far away from what your listening is. Like maybe you're a barber, you barb hair. You can sell clippers too. That is a way of solving problems. Maybe when someone comes that doesn't like sharing clipper, but he doesn't have his own, you can sell for him. From there, making your gain and solving that person's problem. So diversification too. A clear vision or purpose gives direction to an entrepreneur. It is a destination that helps to keep focus. It helps to attract the right customers and not miss the target audience. So even before you set up the whole thing, you're meant to have a vision. Yes, meant to have a vision. Because that vision now will not keep you stagnant. Even if you have started it already and you're doing well with just one, you can make branches of that one that you have. So yeah. Okay, second point here, market research and validation. Before committing your resources to any business, it is important that you carry out market research. Market research is a systematic process of gathering, analyzing, and interpreting information about a target market, consumers, competitors, and the industry at large. So basically research, just do your findings. Do a background check of what you can even make surveys. Give it to people that are in the business or have been in the business so you can get feedback. You can also get feedback from their customers too, if you have that access to them. So yeah. Is there any other contribution for this?
I think market research and market survey and research is very important. At least if you want to sell, maybe you want to sell something. Let us say you want to sell a particular food. Doing market research will make you know whether that food sells. Because you might think that, this thing, once I bring it to the market, it will sell. People will buy it. I'm surprised that people are actually not interested in buying it. Or people in that particular area are not interested in buying it. And because you didn't do your market research, you bring it to the market and nobody's buying. And be like, why is nobody buying? But you didn't know that, in that particular market, they don't buy this product. I need to go to another market to sell. In that particular market, it sells well. Maybe it sells 20%. In another one, it sells 30%. Like, it allows you to know how you are going to sell something or how you are going to provide a service. Like, there are some people now, you can't pitch cleaning services to people that are bachelor like us. Like, why can't you not clean? But you can pitch cleaning services to people that have small children, people that just gave birth, and they will buy into it. They'll be like, yes, I need this thing. But imagine you now going to university and go and pitching that kind of thing. Like, people are like, this one, why need meaning? So,
Okay. One more thing to add. In market research and validation, this it's very essential. So, I would suggest to use the SWOT analysis, which stands for knowing the strengths, the weakness, the opportunity of the business and also the threats that apply to the business. When you know all of this,
Okay, this is a student environment. What do they need? You just don't assume that, oh, this is a student environment. They like clothing. Are you sure they are the kind of student that can afford to pay for what you want to sell? So you need to test. You need to, and that's why in business, it's always good to start small and then grow. Start small and then grow.
Thank you. Please never start a business based on assumptions. Conduct surveys or interview target customers, possibly 20 customers or more. Find out who your competitors are, what they are doing well, and where they are failing, so that you can know things to do differently. Build something people already want, not something you wish they would want. Build something people already want, not something you wish.
Every year we see during Christmas, Coca-Cola will always come out with a Christmas advert. Now, why do they do that? Coke is selling. Of all drinks, that drink is selling. But they want to increase their sales target during festive period, knowing that many people will be on holidays, so they bring it to your face with glamorous advert, fun advert, and then it creates this longing. Why? Because they've done their research. They know the peak period. There are some beverages that peak during fasting period. You need to just know your research. There are some beverages, there are some products that have alternatives. That when this one is out and this one comes out, the price of one goes down. So you need to do those kind of research and understand. Or else you will be investing in something that is about to go down. And it can ruin a person's business. Like now, we are entering into the festive season, into the Yuletide season. That's Christmas period. What are those things that you think will sell? Christmas decorations, it will sell. But you can imagine me now importing Christmas product now, and then the thing is coming in January, second or third week in January. That's a bad business already. That means I have to hold that stock till end of the year.
Yeah.
Which by the end of the year, new brand will come out and I may not be able to sell and make profit. So market research is just all about it.
It's very important to do your research before starting a business or an enterprise. So let's move on to the third point, financial literacy. Knowing the difference between profits and cash flow is important to a business. So before we go on, I don't know if we can differentiate between profits and cash flow.
So I think when I was starting my business, when I started one of my business, I suffered this because I did not know the difference between profit and cash flow. So if I have a product now and I sell the product and money is entering, I'm getting alerts from that product. That's cash flow. I'm getting alerts. People are buying. That's cash flow. But it is important to know that that money that is entering is not your profit. Sadly, it is not. Because you used, let me give you a very good example. I make cakes. I was making cake. I'm still making cakes. Now, I used ingredients to make that cake that are now sold. If somebody, maybe 10, 15 people buy that cake to 2,000, and I get the money, I get a total of 100,000. I get a total of 100,000. Now, that whole 100,000 is not my profit. No matter how much it seems like, oh, people bought something for me and, oh, I have 100,000. 100,000 is not my profit. My profit is the money I get after I've taken out the costs of all the things I used to produce that cake. The cost, all the way down to gas, everything. The money I will now get is now my profit. So me receiving alerts, maybe, okay, I drop my cakes in a supermarket and people are buying and I'm getting an alert every day. That's cash flow. I'm getting an alert, I'm sending money, that's cash flow. That one is normal. You are supposed to have that. But having that money after you have removed all your cost of production, everything, that is now the profit. So that's the difference between a profit and a cash flow.
And I think that's why people, when they get goods, when they want to sell in like retail form, they add money on top
so that they can see
they
profits.
can receive their profits. Yeah. So read Luke 14 verse 28. Luke 14 verse 28.
Luke 14:28. For which of you intend to build a tower does not sit down first and count the cost, whether he has enough to finish it?
Thank you. Why is it important? Oh, sorry.
How?
How can poor financial management destroy a good business idea?
Very simple. If you fail to do proper bookkeeping, that's why you when you want to go into business, it's better, I would advise that you become a trainee. Let somebody mentor you so that you see somebody that has succeeded in that business you are going into, so that you understand what it means. Take, for instance, somebody that sews. fashion designing. Probably you are not the one buying the material, but you are buying, you trade, the other accessories that you need to use. Now, if you don't know how to put that cost of those accessories and then the cost of your labor on your charges, it becomes a problem. Because what we are talking about here is that, where are we now? If you don't know how to manage your finances very well, before you know it, take for instance, you rent a shop for a whole year. They tell you that shop for a whole year is 120,000. For somebody that understands financial management, that means you must save, whether come rain, come sunshine, for you to be able to pay your rent. You must at least save 10,000 every month. We are not talking about whether you are eating or not, whether you are feeding. 10,000 or else that year will be your last year in that shop. Now, if you understand that, then you know that every cloth that you sew with the mindset of, I need to raise 10,000 this month, you put it on it. Because you need to make enough profit so that you can sustain yourself. Now, all this one comes with somebody that understands financial management. If you don't understand, somebody brings clothes and you sew it and they pay you 50,000 in the first month. Another one, in that same first month, another one comes, pays you another money, 100,000. Another one comes, pay you another money, 50,000 again. You have 200,000 in 1 month. Somebody that is wise financially will just go and lock up 120. That in case, because that's the thing with entrepreneurship. It's not this 30 days make a pay. The windfall may just come 1 month. It's like you are the only person that is around. You are making money. If you don't know how to manage it, it could be your fat season. The lean season is coming.
And I think another thing that I have learned working the 2 jobs I worked this year is actually how to do books. People ignore doing the books because they think that you take the money, you remove the money, you get your profit. You literally need to write these things down. In fact, thank God for the internet or thank God for apps. There are apps these days where you can literally put how much you bought things into the app, and the app will help you calculate how much you sell that product and how much will be your profit on that product. Like, it is that possible. There are ways you can calculate how much you can make your profit. So, in fact, another thing before you even start a business is doing research on how to make profit, how to calculate your profit. You can read books, check on YouTube, internet, anything that is possible. So that's the problem of getting to the point where lack of financial knowledge cover you or put you inside trouble can be very well avoided. It's just most of us just want to jump in. We see somebody somewhere, the person is selling foodstuffs and the person is cashing out every month, and I'm like, this business is going to make sense. So make her go do them. You do them now. You know, see money. So.
And if it's too hard for you, you can even hire an
hire
accountant.
Somebody. There are people that do it for a living.
You can hire an accountant or secretary, somebody that will just help you out. To get a system that helps you track income, expenses, and key metrics monthly. Know your startup costs, monthly operating expenses, and pricing strategy. In brackets, wrote cost plus value plus margin. I did not study economics, so. Okay, let's move on. The 4th point, legal structure and compliance. In every country, there is a different legal structure. Find out what is obtainable in yours. Choose the right legal structure. So legal structure, I think it's talking about maybe in the market space, when there's like committee of market people, there are rules and regulations that you have to abide by. Like an example, people that used to run taxi on the road.
They have association.
Yes, they have a station and they have rules. You have to pay, like at the park, maybe not on the road. At the park now, you have to book a ticket you have to book a ticket, and when you're leaving, you have to pay if you have not booked. So that's like an example of rules and legal structures in the work or business place. Another one too, I know in River State, I think every Thursday, you're not allowed to open work before 10 a.m. because of sanitation, yes. So that's another example of rules too and laws. So the question here, read Titus 3 verse 1.
Okay. Titus 3 verse 1. Remind them to subject to rulers and authorities, to obey and to be ready for every good work.
Why should we consider the legal structure of the country to start a business enterprise?
So that your item is not impounded. I once had a friend who imported rice, foreign rice. And unfortunately for him, there was a ban on rice. And that was when his rice came in. And so he lost everything. He lost everything. There was nobody that he did not call, anybody that he felt could help. So you need to know what is legal and what is not legal. What are those items that can be sold in the open? What are those items? There are some items that are termed to be, there are industrial items and they are dangerous. So it should not be sold in the open. You must have a license to sell things like ethanol in Nigeria. If you don't have a license and you say because you have somebody in China and is the friend of Favor and Favor knows the person, so you and Favor, you now import ethanol. It's at the port when they ask for your license for importing it. That's when the whole thing will. So we need to find out what are those things that are legal. What are those things that have a restriction? There are some things, they are legal, but there is a limit. You know, we went to a pharmacy and they have this closet where they keep things that they call poison. And when I inquired, they said it's not that it's poison as in poison, but because they are restricted drugs, you can't buy it off counter. It must come by prescription. So you need to know that. You can't go there and buy tramadol. It must be prescribed. They have it, but it must be insulin, codeine.
Yes.
Those are things. It must come by prescription. Now, because my friend is an importer and he brought a lot of it, and then I now carry it on my head. I'm now hawking it. So it is very important that you know all this legal implication.
Yeah, I think another thing to know is that everybody has association. Like I said, my job provided a bit of experience. Is when I was doing my job that I realized that liquor license is actually a thing. Like if you want to start selling alcohol, you actually have to have a license. I did not know it was a thing. I thought it's only abroad, but it's actually a thing here in Nigeria. It's your association. You have to belong to your association that is in a particular place. Then your association people will now provide you with the license. Then once you have the license, you have to always renew the license. People that even sell particular food, they have to have a license to sell food.
There's also that of alcohol. There's on and off license. That's on. That means they can buy it there and drink. Off is buy and go. Yeah. So those things, you just must know what are the rules guiding whatever you want to do. You may think as simple as selling firewood. It's just something that you can pack firewood outside there until local government people come and tell you that you don't
Yes.
have a license.
To
This
sell
is
firewood.
deforestation. You are doing an illegal business. You start wondering, is it not just firewood? So we need to know any business you want to go into, find out those who are in that business and let them direct.
That's part of research too.
Yes. So.
What are the various business registrations you know? I think we've mentioned some already.
I think here in Nigeria, and I don't know whether it's only River State, but yeah, we mostly deal with associations. So you have an association based on the area that you are. For example, there's one for Obiakpo. So under Obiakpo, they have small ones for the particular region you are. Now, if you own a big shop, for example, if your shop is as big as this church now, you have to have a license to own how many square. They will count the square feet. You have to have the license to own that. In that place, there has to be a particular number of bedrooms, all those kind of things. So it depends on the association. That's how we mostly do in this side. Things mostly associations. And then you register under. It's important to register under an association. So important.
And then we have to be careful too, because these days some people will just come to your shop and tell you that they are from government. When they're not from government, you just want to eat your money. Then you will not be scared and give them money. So you have to be careful of the people that you give money to. Okay. Another question here. Why is legal compliance part of Christian witness?
You know what just entered my head? Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar.
Give what belongs to that. Okay. It's important. I think as Christians we should be exemplary. You should not be the Christian that is caught with
Cutting corners.
cutting corners. Thank you. You should not be the Christian that they say you have business, but your business did not do this. Your business did not do this. They